So part 2 about my 20th Spinraza injection experience. It has been a very interesting ride, very interesting experience to say the least. Anyhow, if you haven't seen the previous video, I do highly recommend that you see that video first before you continue to see this one. I received my 20th Spinraza injection. I was talking back and forth with my doctors, and to give you a quick summary really quick if you haven't seen my previous video is I received my 20th Spinraza injection. Everything checked out fine. Everything was normal. And as a day started to progress, and that's when I started to feel severe pain more and more as the days started to pass. It was around, so I was communicating with my doctors back and forth all the way up from my injection, which was December 5th. And as the days started to progress, and I started to keep my doctors informed, like, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through, just to keep them informed and let them know how I am doing since my procedure. It was around the December 13th was the pain started to become so unbearable, where when I say the pain was becoming unbearable, I mean it was really hard. I couldn't recline my wheelchair back. The pain was so intense where my pain was pulsating. And when I would recline my wheelchair back, it wouldn't relieve. I wouldn't get any sense of relief. This pain has got to its peak where it's just constant pain day in and day out, no sense of relief, no matter if I recline my wheelchair back, no matter if I lay in bed, no matter if I lay on my right or left side, the pain is constantly there. And my pain was at a constant 8 to 10 throughout the entire day, since the day I would wake up, since the time I would go to bed. And there would be times where, a lot of times, for about roughly almost a week straight, where the pain was so intense that it would wake me up from my deep sleep, because that's how severe the pain was getting. That's how severe the pain was. It was December 13th. As the days started to go by from December 5th to the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, all the way up to the 13th, me being myself, I kept telling myself, if it's endurable, endure it. That's where my mentality was at. December 13th, it had got to such a point where I noticed there was no turnaround, there was no progress, nothing seemed to be getting better. That is when I reached out to my doctor again, and I was like, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through. It is very hard for me to sleep. By this time, I'm getting 2 hours of sleep max throughout the entire night. As you can imagine, I am waking up, my eyes are burning, I am tired. And it sucks because I'm feeling so much constant pain where I can't even recline my wheelchair back. I can't even get any form of relief. And for those of you who, for me, is I feel pain. Something about me is I feel pain every single day. I feel some form of discomfort daily. That is my normal. But where my pain was at is I have not felt, I was telling my mother this the other day, is I have not felt that much pain in a few years. Now, statistically speaking, the way I think is it was due in a weird sense where I was eventually going to feel pain. I was going to feel some form of immense discomfort just because I was on a good ride. Don't get me wrong, these past few years has been a very interesting ride. These past few years I have been very challenged, and I somehow continue to endure these obstacles, But when I'm talking about the pain that I was feeling, and the immense pain that I was feeling, it's been quite a while that I was feeling like that. So back to where I was talking about is December 13th. The pain was becoming so unbearable. I emailed my doctor and I was like, hey, nothing is getting better. I'm feeling worse than compared to how I was previously feeling. Is there anything, again, I'm updating her about how I cannot sleep, how the pain is getting more severe, intense, and nothing seems to be working. I'm taking pain medications, nothing is working. I'm taking Mortrins, nothing is working. Of course not together, but I was taking pain meds, Mortrins, And I even had a heating pad where putting it right above where my pain was at. That helped a little bit, but it really barely made a dent because that's how intense the pain was. I emailed my doctor on the December 13th, and I was like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. Is it possible that you can put in an order for a X-ray, possibly an MRI, preferably an MRI because it shows more detail? And is it possible that you can put in a order to give me some form of a shot to help relieve this pain? She got back to me and she said, yes, a nurse is going to get back to you. This is, again, December 13th. By the time she got back to me, it was December 14th. And she was like, a nurse is going to get a hold of you. I put in an order for a shot, a Toradol shot for you to see if that helps. And then if it doesn't, if there are no changes, then I will request for an MRI just to see if there's like an infection going on, just to see is it neuromuscular related, like what's going on. So she put in the order, and it so happened where, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't really fully understood why this is happening. But on December 14th, it so happened that I had woke up feeling significant relief. When I'm talking about significant relief, I'm talking about that my pain was at a constant 8 to 10 day in and day out without any form of relief, to waking up December 14th, December 13th and before, I was having constant pain, no sense of relief. And it so happened that December 14th, which was the day that I was going to go into the hospital to get a pain injection, it so happened that I had woke up that day feeling a lot better, which is a good thing. You know, it was a significant relief. It was like it was a good breath of fresh air, you know? And so it happened. So when the nurse called me, I emailed my doctor. I was like, hey, I woke up feeling so much better today. You know, maybe this is a point. Maybe this is the point where I start to head in the right direction. Maybe this is the turning point where I start to get better and I start to feel better. I'm positive. I'm optimistic. You know, I'm feeling a huge relief. So again, to put in perspective, is my pain was at a constant 8 and 10 from December 13th and the previous days to December 14th when I had woke up. My pain was at like a solid 4, which is a huge significant relief. You know. Emailed my doctor, told her, gave her an update talking about how I'm feeling, and the nurse ends up calling me from my doctor's office, and she's like, hey, your doctor put in an order for this and that. She was like, for your pain injection. She was like, she wanted to talk about scheduling so I can come in that day. I told her over the phone, I was like, I just got done emailing my doctor, telling her how I was feeling, and then I also too updated the nurse, telling her how I was feeling, what has been going on, and the purpose as to why I had requested for that pain medication, pain injection, and I told her, long story short, I woke up today feeling so much better. I don't think that I need to come in. I don't think I need the shot after all. I think this is long story short, I think this is the point where this is the turning point where I start to feel a lot better and I start to head towards the right direction. And the nurse was like, okay, well, let me know. She was like, the order is still going to be here. If anything changes, of course, let your doctor know, call us, and we can give you the shot then. Like I said in the previous video, I apologize. This is going to be a 3-part series. I cannot pass 10 minutes. I have noticed because the way I edit my videos is my file size is too big once it exceeds 10 minutes. I have personally noticed. And I like to upload good quality picture content. Please stay tuned for part 3 because this is where it gets even more interesting. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.